Miro, who has not wrestled in 2024 for AEW, not on any of the shows, TV shows or pay-per-views. Reports today, as we're recording this, that he has asked for his release. Not a surprise, I guess. Not to me. I'm sure not to you either. I'm the only thing I'm surprised about is it took this long.
He hasn't wrestled since World's End when he had that very awkward feud with Andrade, where his ex-wife now was involved in. You know, he was TNT champion for 140 days, and it seemed like a lot longer because that reign was such a defining reign for that title. And happened at a time where AEW was really hitting its stride in late 2021. It's unfortunate that I think he's wrestled a dozen times since 2022. And he filmed I think a TV show or a movie, and then he was injured, and then sounded like there were maybe creative differences, and then he got injured again, and it hasn't been a great ride for Miro. I I hope that a new environment helps him because I don't think AEW is positive for him anymore. I don't think this is benefiting his career. Um, but it's unfortunate because he's a great wrestler and looks good on AEW television.
Yeah, he's a guy. I remember being at a live WWE Raw at the height of his and Lana, yeah, as her ring name was, when they were still the pro-Putin heels in WWE, and at the old Richmond Coliseum, which doesn't even exist anymore, which is just weird for me to even think about. Um, and being in the live crowd, you could not hear a word they were saying when they were in the ring because they had that much heat. Um, and so for a few months there, I mean, everybody strives to have either that much heat or that kind of noise and positivity, and they had it in a flash in a pan. But except for that, and then the little bit of time with Rusev Day, um, it's his career has not turned out the way a lot of us would have thought when we were hearing the loud, lusty boos
Yeah.
during their pro Putin days. And so I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if a change of scenery, and I've been anticipating this for him for a couple of years, really. I don't know if a change of scenery. I don't know if he goes to WWE. You look at Andrade. Andrade thought that the grass was greener on the other side, and it's probably not. It's not appearing to be for him in WWE when he returned there either. Aside from Miro going back and maybe making a splash, perhaps as a quote unquote surprise entrant in a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
He'll get a pop then. I don't know if he gets much more than a pop for something like that, unfortunately for him. And I agree. It has nothing to do with his in-ring ability, or I love that dark character he was playing in AEW, feuding with his god, and he gave some really good promos in that time. We just never got to see it in the ring quite as much with him.
WWE is so top heavy. They have such a strong roster at the top. And you look across the board at all their champions right now. I mean, they're some of the best wrestlers in the world. Gunter, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, Braun Breaker, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax. Anyways, you know, it's hard to break through that upper echelon, that upper crust. And then you're not talking about guys like Roman Reigns, Rey Mysterio, go down the line. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. So if you go to WWE as a singles wrestler, are you going to make a splash? Probably not. Could he go to Impact, MLW? Could he go to NXT? Could he go to New Japan? Maybe. Is he healthy even? I mean, that's another thing. He's supposedly been recovering from multiple injuries. And I don't know if that's just because of inaccurate reporting or really because he's that banged up. But can he even wrestle immediately if he goes somewhere else? A lot of these are questions that the news is so fresh we don't really know yet. But like you said, that we've expected this. I mean, he just hasn't been on TV enough. And Fightful reported earlier this year he wanted to work with Moxley and they denied it. I mean, how many other things has he pitched and it just hasn't worked out? I mean, it's tough to say. Only he knows that, and Tony Khan, I guess.